What up, peoples? What up, what up, what up? I'm back with another one, but we're doing a bit different. We're not doing scary things. We're looking at South Africa, things that we might actually not know about it, or things that we do know, but we never thought about it, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I don't know for sure. The streamer that actually, not the streamer, but the person that made this video, I don't even know if he's even South African. But let's see what he knows and let's see what they show us, because I'm going to be impressed about South African things that I don't know. But I mean, I live here and I don't even know about this. So, without further ado, let's go.
Starting off with fact 30. Let's start with the coastline, because South Africa's ocean situation is not normal. The sea temperature on the west coast sits at around 12 degrees Celsius, cold, almost aggressive. Meanwhile, the east coast at the exact same latitude is sitting at a comfortable 24 degrees. That's a 12-degree difference, the largest coastal temperature gap of any country on Earth. Two completely different marine ecosystems shaped by two different ocean currents on either side of the same country. Isn't that awesome? Fact 29. Most people have never heard of Paarl Rock, and that's honestly a shame. It's the world's second largest exposed granite boulder, covering 22 full hectares and visible from 25 kilometers away. Located in the Western Cape, South Africa, it has been sitting there
Hectares. 22 hectares away. Sorry. I'll continue.
massive and completely unbothered for hundreds of millions of years. Tourists fly past it on the way to wine country and don't even look up. One of the biggest rocks on Earth, and it barely makes the tourism brochures. Fact 28. Now this one bothers me a little if I'm honest. Mapungubwe Hill is the site of a powerful Iron Age civilization that flourished over 1,000 years ago. Advanced, sophisticated, and a real kingdom. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the uncomfortable truth is that most South Africans have never visited it.
Never visit? I've never even heard of it. Come here, visited it. Dude, I haven't even heard of the damn thing. What's that? Mampungubwe Hill. I'm from here and I haven't even heard of this place. What the fudge, dude? Nah, fam, nah. Okay, but we can continue.
Fact 27. Bozeman's-Gat. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's a cave sinkhole that plunges 283 meters straight down into underwater darkness. One of the deepest freshwater sinkholes in the world ever explored by divers, and it has claimed lives. Multiple experienced, highly trained divers have died attempting to reach the bottom. Some places on this earth don't want to be explored. Bozeman's-Gat is one of them. Fact 26. South Africa's gold mining industry has extracted over 50,000 metric tons of gold from the ground since 1886. That would be approximately $2.79 trillion in today's value. To put that in perspective, that's enough solid gold to fill the first 4 floors of the Empire State Building. The wealth that came out of that ground is almost incomprehensible, and so is the human cost of getting it out. Fact 25. The Tsitsikamma Forest is the oldest protected forest on the entire African continent. The yellowwood trees standing there right now are over 800 years old. They were already towering ancient giants before Columbus ever set sail, before the Renaissance, before most of Europe's great cathedrals were even finished. You walk through Tsitsikamma and you are walking through 8 centuries of uninterrupted life. That's not just nature, that's a living archive. Fact 24. South Africa's elephants have been spotted swimming across rivers more than 4 kilometers wide, and they do it by using their trunks as snorkels, held above the water like a biological periscope. These are land animals casually doing submarine maneuvers. If you ever needed proof that elephants are in a category of their own, there it is. Fact 23. Every August, something almost unbelievable happens in the Namakwaland Desert. Millions upon millions of daisies burst open across the landscape, turning an otherwise dry, barren wasteland into the world's largest natural flower display. The ground becomes a carpet of orange, white, and yellow that stretches further than you can see. 1 month a year, this place looks like a painting, The other 11 months? Desert. It's like the land is showing off once a year just to remind you it can. Fact 22. Shark Alley near Gansby on the Western Cape is the great white shark capital of the world. More great white sharks per square kilometer than anywhere else on the planet. Cage diving here is a legitimate tourist activity. People pay money to be lowered into that water in a metal cage. And honestly, having seen the footage, I understand the appeal, and I also understand why I will never do it personally.
Yep, never. Never, ever, 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 ever do it. Never gonna do something so stupid, bruh. Like they just said, there's a lot of great white sharks in that area. Why? Don't know, because Africa's that kind of people. Just, oh no, we need all the dangerous stuff there. So, again, why? But if you want to go down there, risk your life for stupidity and adrenaline, enjoy yourself. I ain't touching that. No, no thank you. No cage can hold any shark from getting to you. There's nothing. If he wants you, he's gonna get you. That's how it goes.
Fact 21. The Cape Peninsula, just the peninsula, covers only 471 square kilometers. Yet in this tiny space, it packs in 2,285 plus plant species, more than the Amazon rainforest. Yes, the Amazon, the global gold standard for biodiversity. For a quick comparison, in the Cape Peninsula, there are 4.8 plants per square kilometer, whereas in the Amazon, it's 0.007 species per square kilometer, and yet almost nobody talks about it. Fact 20. Biltong culture. If you know, you know, and if you...
I know. Biltong is so nice. It is so nice. It almost made me speak Afrikaans. It is baie lekker. No. Biltong is the thing of it's the best. If you guys don't know, get to knowing. Get biltong. And if anyone ever compares it to beef jerky, I will slap you through the face. The slap will go right through and it will return. Just because you call it, I used never, ever. Biltong is mwah.
Don't, in South Africa, it is completely normal to air dry raw meat in your home, your office, or even your car. It hangs there curing, being judged by nobody because everybody does it. It's not a niche hobby, it's a national identity. The rest of the world calls it weird. South Africans call it Tuesday. Honestly, the confidence is admirable. Fact 19. Here's one that throws people off. Johannesburg sits on the Highveld Plateau at 1,753 meters above sea level, making it one of the highest major cities on Earth. Higher than Denver, Colorado at 1,609, which markets itself heavily as the mile-high city. Most people imagine South Africa as coastal beaches and...
That's South Africa. That's America for you. Sorry. They'll be like, we're the highest. Boy, there you have it. Johannesburg or Joburg. Higher. It's higher. It's higher almost by 100 meters or so. That is high, my guy. No wonder when I drive to Joburg, my petrol finish faster because I'm driving up on the hill so I'm freaking mad, bruv.
And flat savanna. They don't picture a major city sitting on an elevated plateau in the interior. The geography here keeps surprising you the more you look. Fact 18. The Sutherland Observatory gets up to 300 clear nights per year. It sits at altitude in dry air, far from any light pollution. One of the darkest, clearest skies on the planet. Astronomers from around the world come here specifically because nowhere else gives you this kind of visibility.
What?
Scientists say that if there are signals out there from other civilizations, I mean from aliens, Sutherland is one of the best addresses on Earth to receive them.
I had
Fact
no idea.
17. White rhinos were once nearly gone, hunted to the edge of extinction. Numbers collapsed to the point where survival was genuinely in question. And then South Africa did something remarkable. Through decades of conservation work, protection, and managed breeding, it brought the species back. Today, South Africa has the world's largest population of free-roaming white rhinos. That's a human success story on a global scale.
Thank you,
But
thank
we
you, thank
people
you.
don't celebrate it enough. Fact 16. The deepest mines on Earth are in South Africa,
Kimberley.
some reaching over 4 kilometers underground. At those depths, the rock temperature is so extreme that without active cooling, the tunnels would be literally lethal. These mines require some of the most sophisticated refrigeration and ventilation engineering ever built just to keep the air breathable. Real people go down there every day to work. The engineering keeping them alive is extraordinary. So is their courage. Fact 15.
Respect.
The African clawless otter, the world's second largest freshwater otter.
Hold up. We got otters in Africa. South Africa. I've never seen an otter in my life. And I've been to Cape Town and Durban. I've never, ever seen an otter. Where is this thing called? Where in South Africa is this thing? I want to find out.
Lives along South Africa's coast.
Never. Where? I've never seen an otter. That is, someone is lying to me. I've never seen an otter. Not in my life. I've been to Cape Town. I've been to Durban. Maybe it's been there. I don't know. I can't say I can say that it's not there. Maybe it's there. I've just myself never seen it. Never ever seen it. Someone is lying to me. Damn.
And it has been observed surfing, riding ocean waves for no apparent reason other than enjoyment. This is an animal that lives between the river and the sea, navigates two completely different aquatic environments, and apparently decided that waves are fun. Honestly, the otters are living better than most of us. Fact 14. The Afrikaner people represent the world.
By the way, it is Afrikaner, people, not Afrikaner. If you want to pronounce it correctly. Okay.
World's largest community of people with Dutch ancestry living outside the Netherlands. Dutch settlers arrived in the Cape in the 1600s, and over centuries their language evolved, absorbed new words, adapted to a new continent, became something entirely its own. Afrikaans is a language.
Afrikaans. If you want to say it properly, you must say it properly. Don't come with your broken English, man.
That geography created. Isolation, distance, and time turned one European tongue into a brand new one, rooted in African soil. That's what the world does to language when you give it enough time. Fact 13. Nearly 80% of the world's manganese deposits lie under South African soil. Manganese isn't glamorous, it doesn't have gold's reputation or diamond's sparkle, but it is essential. It goes into steel production, into batteries, into electronics. The global supply chain for modern infrastructure quietly runs through South Africa's ground. Fact 12.
Quick question. There was so much gold taken from us. There's so much manganese. I mean, we're looking at so much, 80%. Bruv, where's the money? Where is the money? I like how you said quietly taken out. That's what you call other countries stealing our shit and giving us a bad contract. Oh, South Africa, I won't lie. I'm not even surprised anymore. Our government, I don't want to say it, but we are stupid. Our government is stupid. I don't know what year this contract was signed or whatever, but sign a new contract because this is ridiculous. We have so much minerals that come out of South Africa, and yet we are poor as hell. If we're not poor and we are getting the money, then the government is corrupt as hell. So one of the two, because this is not making sense. My math ain't mathing.
12. Addo Elephant Park is the only national park on the planet that protects all of what's called the Big Seven. Not the famous Big Five, lion, leopard, rhino, elephant, buffalo, but also the great white shark and the southern right whale. A single park, all seven, on land and in the water. No other place on Earth can say that it's not just a park, it's a statement about what South Africa's geography makes possible. Fact 11. The Sterkfontein caves near Johannesburg have produced more early human fossils than any other site on Earth. The The whole region is officially called the Cradle of Humankind.
Oh, yeah.
And that name is not marketing, it's
Been there.
science. And here's the part I want you to sit with. The fossils found here may represent your direct ancestors. Not metaphorically, not loosely, literally. The bones of the people who came before all of us, resting in caves outside Johannesburg. Your story might have started in South Africa. Fact 10. South Africa experiences almost every climate zone that exists on Earth. Desert, Mediterranean, subtropical, alpine, savanna, and semi-arid. All of them.
That is why we say South Africa has all 4 seasons in one day. All 4 seasons in one day. Now you understand why. There you go.
Within one country's borders. The only climate zone it's missing is tropical rainforest. Every other major climate type Earth produces, South Africa has it. If you want to understand how diverse a single patch of land can get, start here. Fact 9. Ubuntu, meaning I am because we are, a philosophy that has shaped corporate ethics, community movements, and global conversations about human interdependence, and it came from South African Bantu languages. It also became the name of one of the world's most popular open-source computer operating systems, used on millions of servers worldwide. A word rooted in Southern African soil is now embedded in digital infrastructure across the planet. Geography, language, and technology,
Nice.
connected in ways nobody planned.
That's
Fact
impressive.
8. Ever heard of Nuwautville? Nobody has, I believe. This small town on the Bokavelde Escarpment in South Africa is officially called the bulb capital of the world. The rocky plateau surrounding it contains the highest density of geophyte bulb plants per square meter of any place on Earth. We're talking about a concentration of plant life so intense, so packed, so absurdly dense, that scientists had to create a specific superlative just to describe it. No rainforest, no nature reserve with a massive marketing budget, just a quiet rocky plateau in South Africa that quietly holds a world record most people will never know exists.
Not impressive.
Fact 7. South Africa contains more plant species than the entire continent of Europe. All of it. Every country. Every mountain range, every forest, from Portugal to Russia,
big
South
number
Africa
changes.
has more species. In a landmass roughly 20 times smaller. That is not a rounding error. That is not a close call. That is an absolute, staggering, almost rude level of biodiversity packed into one place. Fact 6. The Blyde River Canyon is the 3rd largest canyon on Earth and the largest green canyon in the world. Unlike the rocky, sun-baked canyons most people picture, Blyde is lush forested and alive. Rivers carve through walls of green. It looks like something out of a fantasy film, and somehow it gets a fraction of the international attention of canyons that are frankly just really big holes in dry rock.
Guys, I need to explore South Africa. Look at all this beauty. I don't even know about it. But it's nice. I should definitely explore it. One day. I won't say one day, someday. I can't even say that because that even sounds like a jinx. I will go explore it with my wife someday. With my wife. Period.
Fact 5. South Africa produces over half of the world's chrome ore and is the single largest producer of ferrochromium on the planet. Ferrochromium
Where's
is
the
the critical
money?
ingredient that makes stainless steel stainless. Without it, you don't have surgical tools, you don't have food-grade kitchen equipment, you don't have the corrosion-resistant infrastructure modern cities depend on. Fact 4. The whale nursery at Hermanus has been declared the best land-based whale-watching destination on Earth by WWF. Southern right whales come here to breed and raise their young in the sheltered bay. And you don't need a boat, a wetsuit, or any special equipment. You walk to the cliff edge, look down, and watch whales. That's it. That's the whole experience. And it's the best in the world. Fact 3. African penguins in South Africa, in subtropical heat, on beaches where people sunbathe, these penguins didn't get the memo about Antarctica. They live in warm coastal conditions, waddling around on beaches, nesting in burrows, completely rewriting everything your brain associates with the word penguin. Geography breaks every assumption you've ever made, and these birds are proof. Fact 2. Table Mountain in Cape Town is approximately 600 million years old. The Himalayas are around 50 million, the Alps about 34 million, the Rockies roughly 80 million. Table Mountain is older than all of them combined. It was ancient before those mountain ranges even existed. It has sat there, flat-topped and patient, watching the entire story of complex life on Earth unfold. And finally, fact 1. South Africa's Cape Floristic region is one of the most biologically rich places on Earth, and it is disappearing. Urban development, invasive plant species, and climate shifts are quietly dismantling an ecosystem it took tens of millions of years to build. The most plant-dense region on the planet, one of only 6 floral kingdoms in the world, and most people outside South Africa couldn't tell you it exists, let alone that it's under threat. Here's what makes this the #1 fact for me. It's not just geography, it's a question. If we can't protect the most biodiverse piece of land on Earth, what are we actually protecting? That's not rhetorical. That's something worth sitting with. These are the 30 facts, and we didn't even scratch the surface.
Okay. First of all, that's impressive. There's a lot I didn't know about South Africa, even though I love you. That is crazy. That is straight up bonkers. But one thing that irritated me a lot, where is the money? Where? Just where? You know, where? Because I would like some. Well, I'm guessing the whole of South Africa would like some. We would like first world technology on the next level because of all that minerals. You know what I mean? It makes no freaking sense. We should be above, way above even America when it comes to money-wise and technology because of this. But no, we're not. We're still surviving, barely. But alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and please subscribe. I hope you guys will see me again, and we might go back to the next video where it'll be scary stuff again, unless you want me to see something else. So please write please comment in the bottom and let me know. We're enjoying life, and I hope you guys always enjoy. Thanks and peace. Check you. Boom.